Hi everybody and welcome back. Let's get started. Standing nice and tall, cores are engaged. Pull the shoulders back. We're going to start with high knees. Lifting those knees up nice and high. Use the chair to hold on to if you need a little bit of stability. Hopefully everybody's doing good this morning or this afternoon, depending on when you're watching it. Maybe it's the evening. And now we're going to switch to drawing heels towards bum, alternating legs. Make sure to keep those heads in line with the rest of your spine. Good job. Come back to center, feet underneath your hips. We're going to take one leg out to the side. Again, making sure not to lean too far over. Try and keep your body nice and upright, toes facing forwards. And rest. Switching legs. Going in 3, 2, 1. Slight bend in the standing knee. And rest. Next is hip circles. Again, cores engaged, standing nice and tall. We're going to take one leg up, out, over, and come back to center. And then the other leg, up and out. Make sure the hip bones face forwards and come back. So imagine stepping over a fence, a little short fence, and you're like, no, I decided I don't want to go down that fence, over the fence. And back to center. Take those shoulders up, back, down, and around. Nice and slow. And back to center. Starting with the right hand, palm facing in, we're going to do our shoulder circles, our shoulder cars. So we're going to start by imagining we are swimming through thick pudding. Once your arm comes to the top, palm faces out, doing like a backstroke, making sure that the upper torso does not twist. We're just looking for range of motion through the arm. If you have any shoulder issues, just do the best that you can in the range of motion that you can. Good job. We got one more. We're doing 3 in total on each side. And then switch sides. Last one. And rest. Taking our gaze over to the left and then to the right. Cervical range of motion. Making sure that chin stays level with the floor. And back to center. Looking up towards the ceiling as best you can. Tuck the chin, looking down towards the floor. Back and forth. Nice and slow. Make sure you're not rushing this. Back to center, ear to shoulder. Making sure those shoulders aren't rising up to your ears. Keep the shoulder blades tucked down. Think down into your back pockets. And as always, it's totally normal to hear some noises coming from your neck. It's just tissues moving around. If you have pain, then that's an indicator that maybe you should give me a call or get somebody to look into it. But if it's just noise like crackling and crunching, very normal. Chin tucks. So from the side, you're going to stick your chin out. You can stay facing forwards. I'm just showing you from the side. Stick the chin out, tuck it back. Chin out, tuck it back. And rest. Good job. All right, let's hop into our balance exercises. 30 seconds of each. We're going to start off by walking on our toes. Again, use a wall or a counter if you find your balance is poor and you need something to hold on to. Also make sure that you're not going to slip and fall. So I've been wearing socks because the floor is cool in my studio, but I'm also not worried about slipping and falling. So if you are concerned about that, either go barefoot or have shoes on, or do a combination of either or. It's always good to get our feet used to being out of shoes. So if you wear shoes a lot, give it a whirl without the shoes on. Switching to heels. Toes up, shoulders pulled back. And make sure your head stays up looking forwards. Lots of times I see people end up with their gaze down towards their feet. So lift the chest, bring the shoulders back, and work on some good posture. And now we're going to switch to one foot in front of the other. So remember, you can go forwards the whole time, or you can also practice going backwards. Just be aware of your surroundings. Make sure there's nothing that you can trip on or bump into. And rest. Good job. All right, come to your chair, either standing at the side or behind. We're going to work on our single leg balance. We're doing it twice. Seeing as this is phase 2, we're just starting to make things a little bit more challenging. So standing nice and tall, core is engaged. We're going to shift our weight over to the right leg, lift the left, and we're holding here. Again, you can hold on to the chair. You can have your hands at your sides. Or maybe start working, if you're holding on to the chair, start to work on maybe just letting go of that chair and testing that balance. And if you want it to be more challenging, you can take your hands across your chest. Make sure that the leg that's up is not touching the other leg. And rest. Shake it out. Going in 3, 2, 1. Lifting the right leg. As you're balancing on your foot, think about the weight being evenly distributed through your big toe mound, baby toe mound, and your heel. Make sure that right leg isn't touching the left. And shake it out. Good job. One more on each side. Switching over to standing on the right, we're going in 3, 2, 1. Lift the left. So for some of you, your hip flexors might be a little bit weaker. So if your left foot is closer to your calf, that's fine. If you want to work some of those muscles in through here, you can draw that leg up even higher and have the knee up closer towards the chest. and shake it out. Good work. Switching to the left foot, standing on left in 2, 1, and go. So same thing on this side. If you need to have that foot closer towards the other leg and the calf, that's fine. Or you can draw that leg up nice and high. And lower down. Shake it out. Good job, everybody. Coming to our chair. We're going to sit nice and tall, more towards the front of the chair. We're going to do our sit to stands. So hips, knees, and feet are in line. Your feet are about hip to shoulder width apart. You don't want to have your feet too close together. Engage your core, draw your shoulders back. We're going to stand up nice and tall and then lower back down. That's 1, 2, all the way down. 3, all the way nice and tall at the top. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Little rest break. So as I've mentioned in previous videos, if you are struggling with the 2 sets of 10, just do what you can today. Maybe that's only 5 repetitions. Maybe it's 2 sets of 5. Just do the best you can and keep striving to get a little bit more repetitions in every week. All right, here we go. Round 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make sure those knees aren't coming together as you're standing up. 6, 7. Hips, knees, and feet stay in line. 8, 9, and 10. Good job. Stay standing. Next up is going to be calf raises. You can stand behind your chair or at the side. Nice and tall. Engage that core. Draw belly button to spine. Feet are underneath your hips. We're going to rise up onto our toes and then nice and controlled, lower back down. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Shake it out. A little bit of a rest break here. Good time to take a sip of water. Going in 3, 2, 1. Back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good job. Shake it out. Next up is our flexion of the knee. So drawing that heel towards our bum. Very similar to what we do in the warm-up, except we're focusing just on one leg at a time. We're not alternating. Standing nice and tall, core is engaged. We're going to start by kicking our right leg. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold on to that chair if you need to. 8, 9, 10. Good work. So make sure that you're thinking about this muscle, this group of muscles in the back, our hamstrings, is what we're working on when we're doing this movement. So you might not necessarily feel it in those muscles, but the more that you think about that muscle as you're utilizing it, the better brain to body connection we end up building. Switching legs, now we're going to kick our left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Shake it out. We've got 10 more on each side. Switching over to kicking our right leg. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Shake it out. All the shaking gets the lymphatic system going, which is really beneficial. So when I say shake it out, I literally mean shake it out. Switching to kicking our left leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Lift those chests. 9 and 10. Good job. Come down to sitting at your chair. Next up, we have knee flexion. We're going to be sitting more towards the front of our chair. Shoulders pulled back, core is engaged, nice and tall. Keep that head in line with the rest of your spine. We're going to kick our leg out, toes up towards our shin. Feel our quads engaged, these muscles right here. Lower back down. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Take a little break. So make sure when you're doing this exercise, one of the common mistakes I see is people lift the leg off of the chair. So you want to keep the backs of the legs on the chair and you're just straightening your leg. You are not lifting the leg up higher. That works a different group of muscles. That works those hip flexors we were talking about earlier. So you just want to lengthen out the leg, come back down. Here we go on the left. 1, 2. Feel the quads working. 3, 4, 5, 6. Straighten it out. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good job. Shake it out a little bit. Switching to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Toes up towards your shin. 10. Shake it out, wiggle it out. Last one. Left leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Well done. All right, now we come to our yoga and stretching portion of today's class. Still seated a little bit forwards in your chair. We're going to take our arms up. Inhale, gaze up towards the ceiling. Exhale, arms down. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, Arms down. One more. Inhale, arms up, gaze up. Exhale, arms come down. Take your right hand, place it on your left knee. Take your left arm and either reach towards the back of the chair at the base or the back of the chair at the top, whichever is most comfortable for you. Rotating that chest over towards the left. Gaze can remain looking directly forwards, or you can take your gaze over towards your left shoulder, whichever is going to be most comfortable for you. Noticing your breathing. Inhales, lengthening your spine, dropping the shoulders down. Exhale, slowly come back to center. Inhale, take your left hand, place it on your right knee. Take your right arm towards the back of the chair, rotating your chest over towards the right. Gaze can stay forwards to the right, or gaze can come over the right shoulder. Inhale to lengthen the spine, drop the shoulder blades down. Inhale, slowly come back to center. Standing up, I'll show you from a side angle. You are going to do a downward facing dog. So you're going to want the back of a chair or a countertop. You're going to have your hands resting on your chair back. Walk your feet a little bit away from your chair, hips underneath your feet. From here, you are going to lower your chest down, keep your arms straight, and sit your hips back. So you might have to shuffle your feet around a bit to find out what position is going to work best for you so that you can keep a nice long spine. Slight bend in the knees, drawing the chest down towards the floor. Feeling a nice stretch through the shoulders. Make sure your back is not arched. We want to try and lengthen that spine out as much as we can. And keep your head in line with your spine rather than letting your head drop. Inhale, use your core, and come back up. Now we're going to do a bit of a quad stretch. So we've got a couple options here. We're going to start off stretching our left leg. You can grab a hold of just above your left ankle and keep the knees together, standing nice and tall. If that isn't open to you, you can also grab a hold of your pant leg, or maybe you have a shoe on, you can grab a hold of the shoe. Or alternatively, I don't have a strap around me, but you can take like a tea towel and wrap it, or a tie or a bath towel, anything like that, wrap it around your ankle, grab a hold at the back, and then hold your leg there. So what this looks like from the front, things you're going to want to pay attention to. You can go ahead and grab your foot, your ankle, your towels. You're going to want to keep those knees together as best as possible. They don't need to be right together. Think about hip and knee in line. Lengthen out the spine, stand nice and tall. And then if you want more of a stretch, you're going to squeeze your glutes and drive your hips forwards gently. Holding here. Exhale, release, shake it out. Now we're going to do the right leg. Transfer your weight over to your left. Again, using your towel or the back of your shoe or grabbing onto your leg, you're going to draw those knees towards each other. Knee should be pointing down towards the floor as best you can. Stand nice and tall. exhale, release. Again, showing you from a side angle because it's better for you to be able to see. We're going to work on stretching out our calves. So we're going to stand fairly close to the back of our chair, or even a wall will work for this one. You're going to take a step back with your right leg. Left knee is bent. And you're going to want to try and keep your heel of the right foot on the ground. Gently draw the kneecap of the right leg up and hold. Keep the shoulders pulled back. Core is engaged. For some of you, if you need a deeper stretch, take a little bit wider of a stance. Keep that head up in line with the rest of your spine. And exhale, stepping forwards. Switching over to our left, you are going to inhale, exhale, take a step back with the left, right knee bent. Keep drawing that left kneecap up your leg, activating that quad. And also make sure that your toes are facing forward. So take a quick moment and make sure that your feet aren't out to the side, or maybe a heel's not tweaked out to the side. You want to keep everything in nice alignment. Inhale, stepping forwards. Next, we're going to do a bit of a chest opener. So core is engaged. You are going to take your hands behind your back and clasp them together. So hands are clasped. You can stay here and just work on pulling the shoulders back by squeezing between the shoulder blades, like you have an apple or an orange stuck between them. And if you feel like you can go a little bit deeper into the stretch, you can lift your hands off of your back. Should feel a nice opening all the way through the chest. Couple more seconds here. Exhale, release. Coming back to our chair. Finishing off with our breath work, get nice and comfortable. And today we are going to just work on keeping your inhales and your exhales at the same length. We're not going to do any holds today like the box breathing. We're just going to focus on keeping inhales and exhales the same count. So you can close your eyes, have your hands resting on your thighs. And just take a moment here to notice your breath. See where your breath is going. Is it filling your belly and your chest? Maybe it's just your belly. Maybe you're just breathing into your chest. Just take notice of that. And now I want you to, on your next inhale, start to count how long your inhale is. And then try and match your exhale. So think maybe 2 seconds in, 2 seconds out. Maybe it's 4 seconds in, 4 seconds out. Whatever's comfortable for you today. Trying to fill both your belly and your chest on your inhales. And on your exhales, your chest lowers and your belly contracts. And as we continue here, breathing, you might be able to extend your inhales and exhales by an extra second or two. As we start to relax, that's totally okay. Gradually return your breathing back to normal. Take a nice big inhale in through your nose. And then let it go through your mouth. Big sigh. One more inhale in through the nose. Let it go. One more inhale in. And let it go. Gradually begin to flutter your eyes open, gaze towards the floor, and bring your gaze up. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed, and we will see you next week. Have a good day.